have spent 8 hours fact-checking Ruto's State of the Nation speech, and what I found out shocked me. 6 claims, from GDP, housing to Singapore comparisons, were either misleading, exaggerated, or completely untrue. Let's break down the evidence. If you love this kind of content, go ahead and like this video and subscribe. Now let's get to the video. On November 20th, 2025, President William Ruto walked into Parliament as required by the 2010 Constitution to deliver what is supposed to be the most important accountability ritual in Kenya, the State of the Nation address. But what followed wasn't accountability, it wasn't scrutiny, it wasn't leadership. It was a campaign rally, a praise and worship session, a national embarrassment live streamed to millions.
That achieving
As Kenyans struggle with rising bills, joblessness, and a falling quality of life, their leaders were inside Parliament singing "Two-term, two-term, two-term," a chant not of national unity, but of blind loyalty.
I will launch the dueling of the 170-kilometer Rironi-Naivasha-Nakuru-Mau Summit Road.
In his speech, President William Ruto declared victory after victory. Kenya's GDP up from 115 billion to 136 billion. Kenya now Africa's 6th largest economy. Inflation down to 4.6%. 300,000 new businesses. Record maize harvests. Affordable housing booming. NSSF savings doubled. To his supporters, the man sounded like an economic Moses. But outside Parliament, Kenyans asked one simple question. If the numbers are so good, why is life so hard? Because behind every boast, there is a truth that the president didn't say out loud.
Wangalia vile alivyokuwa anazungumza jana katika bunge. Uongo mtupu. Hakuna jambo alizungumza, mpaka alizungumza nikashindwa. Na hii Kenya huyu Kasongo anazungumzia, ni hii Kenya sisi tunaishi ama ni Kenya nyingine? Because what he was speaking is completely different from what is on the ground.
You see, a rising GDP means nothing when everyday mwananchi is sinking. Ruto boasted about GDP growth, but GDP doesn't measure whether a family can afford unga tonight. He talked about low inflation, but inflation doesn't measure whether your salary can cover rent, school fees, and electricity. He claimed that the shilling is stabilized at 129 per USD, but the IMF has been raising the alarm, warning that the stability was suspicious, artificial, and potentially dangerous for the long term.
Na kuna swali nauliza hapo, kwa nini imekuwa static? Hakuna fluctuation, I change, no variation of dollar versus Kenya shillings.
Hata ifiki 130.
Haifiki 130, haifiki 128, iko tu hapo tu.
A stable shilling on paper, but a storm underneath.
Today, a 2-kilogram packet of maize flour is selling at a low of 145, down from 250 shillings a few months ago.
Ruto's proudest achievement was unga prices dropping from 250 to 130. But this drop didn't come from the government's policy. It came from rain, just rain. Under Uhuru, during rainy seasons, unga dropped up to even below 100 shillings. But nobody credited him with divine power.
Increased maize acreage under production by an extra 200,000 acres this year, and enhanced maize production by an additional 18 million bags this year.
And as for Galana Kulalu, the president's miracle farm, Kenyans are still asking one vital question. Where does the maize go? Because it certainly isn't reaching the consumer.
The UAE-based firm called Al Dara Group has signed a 104 billion deal to invest in the Galana Kulalu food security project, with Al Dara taking 180,000 acres and Celu, company called Celu Limited, getting 20,000 acres. So we are going to give away our food security project, Galana Kulalu. And our brilliant security plan is that give land away to foreign farms and hope that they will feed us.
If you check the treasury records, if you listen to the president, when he was in Al Jazeera, he said 230,000 houses are being built.
Ruto promised 1 million houses in 5 years. He announced 230,000 under construction, but reality is humbling. Only 1,795 units have been delivered.
They actually are in the plan of securitizing your housing levy for the next 10 years.
The entire project is funded by payslip holders, yet the same workers rarely benefit. Instead, houses are allocated like political gifts, as if they belong to the president, not the people paying for them. This isn't affordable housing. This is forced unaccountable taxation.
So they want to take a loan, and the security will be your housing levy. So the government that will come will realize the housing levy was already collected for the next 10 years.
I want to make it very clear to Kenyans and the Kenyan youth. The Nyota program is not part of the revenues government correct. The Nyota program is a program fully funded by the World Bank.
Ruto said the Nyota program has reached 1 million young people. The truth, barely 12,000 people. He said NSSF savings doubled. There's no evidence of that. And even if there was, Kenyans know the painful truth that their savings are not safe. Not in a system where public money is spent like personal wealth.
Ni 500 hatu wawili 500 huku. Sasa ni wazee wanapewa 500.
The world watched in disbelief as Kenyan MPs, the people we elected to check the president, instead turned into his cheering squad. When Ruto paused to breathe, they erupted. Two-term, a campaign slogan inside parliament. During a constitutional address, Professor on X summarized it best with a meme portraying parliament inside a toilet bowl. And for once, Kenyans agreed. It's a shit house. Our parliament has become a joke, a cheerleading squad. A house full of sycophants, not a house of oversight. Then came the narrative Ruto loves the most. We will transform Kenya into a first world country like Singapore.
Ni kuinua Kenya sasa kutoka mahali ilivyo, mahali ilipo, tuifanye iwe a first world country.
Ati wanasema haiwezekani Kenya kutoka third world kwenda first world.
It's possible to move this country from the third world of today to first world. I say this and some people think I am mad. I am not mad.
But even this is built on fiction. Ruto claimed that Kenya and Asian tigers were at the same level in 1963. Fact checkers destroyed this claim in seconds. Singapore literacy in 1965 was 75%, Taiwan was 78%, and Malaysia was 76%. What about Kenya? Below 40%. Kenya was declared behind even at independence. The president simply wasn't telling the truth. But our MPs, not a word, not a challenge, not a question. Just two-term.
Honorable members, estimates indicate that achieving.
You see, a state of the nation is not measured by motorcades, groundbreakings, or foreign speeches. It is measured by, can a family afford food? Can a young person find a job? Can a mother deliver safely? Can a child go to school without being sent home for fees? And can a Kenyan criticize the government without fear? On every one of this, Kenya is falling backward.
In fact, he has said that 3 years ago, Kenya was ranked 8th largest economy in Africa with a GDP of $115 billion. Mm-hmm. Today, our GDP has increased to $136 billion, moving us to become the 6th largest economy on the continent, according to IMF.
GDP is rising, but Kenyans are breaking. Inflation is low, but people are suffering. The shilling is stable, but the economy is fragile. Projects are announced, but none of them are delivered. This is not a vision. This is a narrative, a campaign disguised as governance.
The government is strengthening financial protection for Kenyans under cancer treatment.
So finally, the president delivered his state of the nation, but Kenyans are the ones living it. And the truth is simple. A nation is not built by slogans, not by numbers, not by chance, not by narratives. A nation is built by dignity, by truth, by leadership that feels the pain of the people, not one that laughs over it. Kenya deserves better, not two-term, not theatrics, not vanity. We deserve a real state of the nation and a government brave enough to tell the truth.
Kwani leo president alikuwa anaongelesha nani? Juu kila utakayemuuliza president amesemaje, kila mtu anasema mimi sijui. Wewe nani president amesema mimi sijui. Wewe umesikia vile sijui. Nani wewe mimi sijui. Kila mtu ajui. So who was the president addressing?
Mwananchi wa kawaida anasema nini? Anakuambia mambo ya uchumi. Na haijalishi hata unga ikija ishuke ifike shilingi 10. Kama Mkenya hawezi akamudu, kama hawezi afford, it doesn't matter. Na kwa hiyo wanaweza taja, ndio nilitangulia kusema kwamba watataja mafigures, vile inflation sijui imetoka wapi imeenda wapi, lakini yale mambo ambayo yanatajwa mwananchi wa kawaida anaweza kuyafeel. Usituambia kama umeteremsha bei ya unga sijui kutoka 300 mpaka 200, wana hiyo 200.
Lakini hicho ndio mko mkililia, mnasema kwamba tunataka bei irudi mahali
kwa sababu tulikuwa na pesa, ni vile unga ilikuwa juu, lakini sasa yeye aliteremsha unga akabeba pesa. Unaelewa? Kwa hiyo hakuna kitu ambacho tulisaidika nacho, kwa sababu saa hii ukisikiza mwananchi wa kawaida mwananchi wa kawaida atakwambia kwamba ingawa unga pengine bei iliteremka, saa hii hawezi kuimanage. Ndio maana wanalia.
Subscribe.